KAL is based in anonymous offices near Easter Road. Its developers work in a wide variety of languages to produce the software for machines like these. This one's a common sight in Japan. Its customers are banks in over 80 countries, and the Queen's Award recognises this commercial success and outstanding achievement in international trade.
So KAL is an ATM software company, and what we do is to try to replace the software in ATMs, partly because the software that the ATMs run today is quite old. ATM software was bought usually with the ATM hardware by banks historically. And of course, it meant that the software didn't keep up to speed with what the banks wanted. What we do is to come up with the latest things that banks need and replace the existing software with our latest software with all the features that banks want.
So what do the banks want?
Well, this is very interesting, of course, because historically banks saw ATMs as sort of like a microwave oven that just gave cash and didn't do anything else. In other words, it was just a simple device that just did cash dispensing. But now banks see ATMs as a generic device with which they can talk to their customers. So it's about marketing and sales, it's about advertising what the banks do, it's about one-to-one conversations with the customer, because you want to know your customer in terms of, so you don't, for example, want to ask the customer which language do you want to speak. You want to make sure that you remember that from the last time.
So basically when you type in your PIN, the machine recognizes you as an individual.
Right, and to be able to say things like, well, you asked for a mortgage last week, but we've authorized it, so it's ready for you to talk to the bank, those kinds of things. So partly it's about personalization, but of course there are quite a few other things that are happening as well. I mean, I guess you know that security is a big issue for banks and ATMs. So there are new security technologies that come along all of the time because, of course, the criminals are getting smarter too, and so the banks need to be one step ahead of the criminals. So there's a whole bunch of stuff happening from a security point of view.
Now, this award is for international achievement, so presumably that means that you're selling your software worldwide?
Right, we are. Our software is running in lots of countries, including in quite difficult countries to get into, like Japan. If you're a foreign company, to sell into Japan is quite hard, and we've been successful even in Japan. Our software is running in 80 different countries, sometimes through direct sales by us, or sometimes through distributors, and includes small countries like Albania and Bangladesh, but also large countries like the United States and China. In China, we are number one in terms of install base in China, so we're very proud of that achievement.
And what does this award mean for you and your team?
I think it's, we were very kind of pleased to have that, and very thankful for the appreciation of the community that we've done reasonably well in achieving what we have achieved so far. But there's still quite a long way to go, because not many banks are still running software like ours, either from us or from the competition. So from that point of view, there is still quite a lot of work to do, and of course it's opportunities for us to be able to get our software into more banks around the world.